Yao.
Hello. Ampofo-Ankrah.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, you guys. Clear. Loud and clear.
Fantastic.
Now, Mohono Abo saying it's around 8:15. Mohono Abo saying
11:22. 22. Yeah, as I we need hours and even minutes. But it should be actually hours for that.
Yeah, even 3 hours. So yeah.
We need 3 hours.
Congrats for the work you're doing so far. Saturday, and I cover everyone is talking about it. But Enra, after 11 years of spending $220 billion, the opening ceremony came off. Qatar played their first game. They lost, but they're not focus. The opening ceremony and everything, you could see the passion within the people. It's like, Adia brain now all these years now. Finally, we've done it.
Oh yes, Butala, at long last. Yes, billions or hundreds of billions of dollars spent, and finally the World Cup has taken off here in Qatar. Obviously, national team no, almost ending kunim, but at the same time, it wasn't only about football on the pitch. There were a lot of victories that were scored off the pitch, politically, culturally, even the religion. Yesterday's opening ceremony gave an opportunity for Qatar to sell themselves to the world, and I think they did that very well. We shared a dialogue between Morgan Freeman and a young chap, Qatar Al-Shib. It was basically to explain to the rest of the world that Qatar is open, Qatar is tolerant, Qatar is friendly, Qatar is hospitable, and Qatar is capable of, hosting the World Cup. So yes, the bonus would have been to win on the pitch. But I think in general, you would agree, sir, the opening ceremony was fantastic. They spared no cost to make sure, sir, everybody enjoyed it. And overall, the feedback globally has been very, very positive. It has drowned, Infantino's earlier remarks regarding the World Cup. Now we wait to see today if some, European teams will wear the rainbow armband, Kamsa's armband. I'm sure we'll talk about that later on. But Sitso has also been monitoring. He's been with the team. Who said at the same time the Black Stars were training, the opening ceremony and the kickoff. The Black Stars were in training, and Sitso will explain to you how intense that was. But I'm sure he's also got his mind on that really extraordinary opening ceremony we witnessed yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you think Morgan Freeman states the speech is trending? I mean, has it changed the perception that some countries had concerning Qatar?
I don't think it's changing necessarily. Listen, I'm not for your imagining what they want to think about Qatar already, without necessarily having a basis for it. No, everybody decided that, and you can't blame them because of the reportage of from baby or more. But I say, yeah, Qatar now. Obia when your opportunity about Qatar be seeing a different thing to what the news reported. How friendly they are, how nice the place is, and how welcoming they are. And I think as the tournament goes on, people begin to have a better feel of what Qatar is. It reminds me of South Africa. It reminds me of Russia. After tournaments, what people left those countries with were very positive notes. I'm hopeful so by the time a tournament be end, Qatar and Slovenia almost fair share of the positivity. I'm more about tournament be enjoying. I'm gonna go out there. So far, so good. There's not been any controversies or what have you. So yeah, the opening ceremony was good. Morgan Freeman joining the speech and everything is being talked about really well here too.
Now let's enter the game proper. I mean, make us say maybe a few Qataris had faith that they could beat Ecuador. I mean, was it just the right results that everyone knew could come up?
It could have been worse. It could have been worse for Qatar. They were just off color, and that's the thing. Let's not forget Qatar Embo World Cup. They are the first host nation World Cup. No Ombo be that one in history. They are only playing because they are hosting. We know say will be able to host the automatic slot to play in the World Cup, and so they are inexperienced at this level. They've never been here before. And the occasion got to the players. So to me, the players were freezing. From the very first second, I'm about whistle to start the game. The players are frozen. They just couldn't get out of their shells. And so, but for Ecuador, people think about the name Ecuador, don't associate them with great football, but qualify some boy, they've not conceded goals. Our defense is very strong. They've got experience in Ena Valencia or on the Blue Shell World Cup. So the scoreline in Drano was just like the reflection of the game we saw, but it could have been worse. I think the scoreline is flatter Qatar, but maybe to see another first game arena, the ice is off them. That has perhaps broken the shackle, but it was the worst possible start for any host nation. As the record says, it's the first time a host nation in winning a losing game in the opening game. So maybe the second, the third game, the story could be different.
So now I know as I say, it has paved way for other games to come on. But what is the mood like in Qatar now? Meaning, say usually host nation draw, and this is the first time a host nation is losing. So has it changed the mood around? I mean, still people are excited. It's the World Cup.
Mutala, we've got a surprise for you.
Surprise.
This is the GFA technical director, Bernard Lepe.
Yeah.
So he's in the same hotel with us. I mean, he's a very nice guy. Yes, your friend, he just walked in.
Yeah.
Brilliant guy to have.
But asking about generally.
Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Now honestly, we are very, very happy with all the team, with players. The team looks very sharp, very down to earth. There is a very nice hierarchy in the team, and I think we are really prepared. I saw all the trainings now, and I have such a positive feeling, and there's such a positive energy in the team that I think from this team we can expect a lot.
Yeah,
one issue with Ghanaians was that they didn't see a system, or they had not seen the system that Otuado was playing. But against Switzerland, there seemed to be something that we saw. There was cohesion. Can you assure us that on Thursday against Portugal, we are going to see that kind of system, that kind of telepathy within the team?
It's too easy. What you tell me now? First of all, the Swiss team just arrived, and it seems to be that they were very, very tired in the second half. So don't overestimate this friendly match. So we have still to be down on earth, and Portugal will come in the first match with a completely different spirit. But what I have to say is that we raised the individual quality, and we could convert it to a team spirit on different positions, and this you can easily see now on the field. And we have different options how we play in a tactical formations. So this will the head coach and his assistants, they train this every day, and we made a big progress also tactical. But this tactical progress you can only do with players who understand this, and with this different level of players, it's very easy to implement. This feeling I have now. So I think we really prepared, but we shouldn't overestimate the match against Switzerland.
Thanks very much, Bernard Lepe, the technical director of the Ghana Football Association, for giving us an insight. It's any situation about Mosona, a lot to talk about. Bernard Lepe, I mean, very interesting character, German, and now. Yeah, the Black Stars now. What is the itinerary today? Training. What are they doing today?
They have a very tight itinerary as always. There are parts of the itinerary that is just for them, closed door, medical sessions, strategic, tactical sessions, all of that. And then there are parts that are somehow open. There'll be training as always. But I want us to talk about yesterday's training session. Very intense indeed. And as you heard from Bernard Lepet, he's encouraged. He actually told me that he thinks we've gone up 20%. That's great.
Yeah.
If that's 20%, hopefully by the time we end the group stages and we qualify, hopefully, that could go up to 30% or even more. And then you begin to see a very strong team. But Sitso was beaming about yesterday's sessions, and he'll be in the best position. He was right there to watch that session.
Yeah, I think I was very impressed with what I saw at the session. Black Stars now. Also, after Switzerland game, no, I mean, technical director said that we shouldn't overestimate what we achieved in that game. We have to be coy, we have to be cautious in what we are achieving in that game. But again, it brings confidence to the lads. Football win there. So when the 80 years, no new be already 2 years, the sense of winning, the smell of winning, no, it breeds a lot of confidence, and that is what I feel say boys now. But that game no so all the players who team said their positions in the team are up for grabs. These positions go team more and settled there. It's in our training. You could see players they are training to catch the eye of the technical team and fight for sports. And that is where technical men can say competition for places are good for team performance. And that is exactly what Endram witnessed with training. Ushe player bit say Daniel Fuye Bani of Hearts of Folk. Ushe player bit say Gideon Mensah, Babaraman, normal pray for left back positions. Abdul Salis, Ewon Finfini, Elijah Wusu, Thomas Partey will train really hard and well. Batari Shawaku, any Sulemana, Kamaldin Sulemana, Osman Bukari. These are wingers and they are fighting for the same place. I want to share and so more more training. Producing relaxing because of Phillip Sabi on sport. It's in fact Scott and brilliant goals at training, checking over the goalkeeper near the idea training, trying to prove to the technical teams that they can depend on them. And for the technical team, it's good news because all of a sudden they have options on the bench and they can call on and get things done. So when you hear the technical director speaking about, say, or you're happy with the mood, or you're happy with the levels that we're training at, I think I absolutely agree with him. But now it's massive headache for the technical team to decide their best 11 and players which now may impact us.
Absolutely.
Jude is here as well. Shaban so I'm sure maybe they have one question for you. I'll start with Jude. Maybe Jude, and then maybe start the question first.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey, bro.
How you doing?
Now the best me who say Ejumano dey mo kudos guys. Mo ye Ejumano na. The way chino mama nya a headline yeah why. But straight to Ejumano Ankasa. For me, I feel say 2-0 win over Switzerland they raise hopes pa. Now we just heard Bernard Lepel also saying say you're minimizing hope no you're into your book Accra. Clearly, I feel say the problem I have team anymore a goal scoring. Now we have 2 goals now share now. I mean the striker share me, but we have the first goal from Salisu. You think say per what you are seeing out training, you know, it gives you hope that the strikers will come good when the need arises.
Well, Jude, that's a very good take because goal scoring has been Ghana's problem. And you bear with me, say, in the last 2 to 3 years, goal scoring has been a problem. And you need player to you need to say, goals no. However, training a boys and I think the technical team are trying to share the goal scoring responsibility and not rely. We just meet England that will be heavily relying on Harry Kane to score the goals. Team beats Poland will be heavily relying on Robert Lewandowski to score the goal, and rightly so because they are prolific strikers. Unfortunately for young Ghana, no, we have good attackers who are not necessarily prolific strikers. So we say Jordan a good attacker, we say Nyaki Williams a good attacker, but Unkase they are Harry Kane or Robert Lewandowski, but they have quality. It's a technical team now to train no more and they are trying to share the goals around the team, get some from wide players, get some from midfielders, and get goals from set pieces because some set piece training are no more, you know. They were trying to attack the ball as well as defend it. If anyone was against Switzerland, we saw Salisu a couple of times. Before you go, no, he had popped up to head the ball close over the bar. The technical team are very much aware of the deficiencies in our team, which is goal scoring with a lethal striker. And they're trying to distribute that burden to the rest of the players, looking at maybe a position on Bonene, maybe a Omobono. And the Bema player would say, Kudus are crucial because in and around the box as the number 10. Then it goes on our share in Champions League for Arsenal. And who be Yamain, Thomas Partey, everyone in midfield now. It goes beyond our share with Arsenal on the edge of the box. It won't be here. It won't Osman Bukari numbers. It will say, come out this Suleiman a bit me. We know Daniel Free when he gets a chance can score. And the captain the day are you is still our best goal scorer. It's just team and records in more recent years as well. So they are fine-tuning and finding a system. We don't need to play through a striker. We need to play in a system. We have other attacking players the opportunity to get close to the box and find the flourish.
Just quickly, we're very, very snappy. One position I know very shaky in the Switzerland game. In fact, all through the qualifiers, straight to the Switzerland game, the goalkeeping department, Ghanaians still were not convinced about Atizigi. The 3 goalkeepers at what camp? Do you still believe that Atizigi is sure better? And I say in training, maybe Nurudin, looks set to become the number 1.
I think, judging from the Switzerland game, Atizigi automatically becomes, number 1. He was the 3rd choice goalkeeper in the absence of Jojo Wallacott. And our 2nd choice, Ayo Fourier. Number 1, Enio. Number 2, Enio. So if the president and the vice are not there, the next in line must go. And for now, I think Otuado made the right choice. Memphis Shaw against Switzerland. If he had risked or taken, I won't say a gamble, he could have put Manaf, he could have put Danlad there. But I think what we saw in the defense basically is a semblance of what he wants to do. And I doubt, on the opening day against Portugal, he will go for Danlad or Manaf. If he was, we would have seen that even in training. Yeah. And I think they're psyching up Atizigi to give him that confidence, that encouragement. You need that exposure. He didn't concede against Switzerland. It's also about the confidence. In this Switzerland, so going into Portugal, I think he's good. His confidence is good. A very risky set. One field it Danlad and Manaf. That in the opening game for the Ombeshimu, they may be able to deliver, but it will be risky. This is a World Cup, and so far, what we've seen, Atizigi is now the automatic number 1.
Now, in Qatar, no, you have to say even a player like Karim Benzema free camp because of injuries. Black Stars team in the moment, I'm going to training. Is there any injury concern at the moment?
No, at the moment, 26 players are looking good. They took part. All of them took part in various parts of the training. It's, injury concerns. The Black Stars, in fact, as they had their medical session with the medical team. Assess the players in the important in the tournament. Once I will training and once I place you assess them medically to see their conditions. I think they'll be okay. Everybody is fit. They are kind of technical to pick your best players a bit to my age. So the good news for Ghana is with injuries, we've been lucky enough to not have injuries in the camp, at least for now.
Wish you guys well. And I sure say training session we'll come back to you, we'll talk to you, get all the updates.